The science of decision making.
Say you are sitting on your couch watching your favorite TV show, and the episode that you were just watching is finished. Now you are trying to decide whether you should watch the next episode or start your homework. You begin to think of your pros and cons. I'm really cozy here. I want to know what happens to Jimmy in the next episode. My grades will go down. I'll be grounded and won't get to go to my friend's house. Our brains are composed of multiple networks made out of neurons, and each network has its own aspirations. When we are given a choice to make, the neurons in our brains release chemicals that either excite or depress each other. The neurons in our brains then form networks with other neurons that mutually excite them. This means that each of your pros and cons become a part of different networks. These networks then compete with one another and attempt to gain the upper hand and make their choice a decision that you choose.
Let's first look at what a neuron is. A neuron is a specialized cell within the nervous system designed to transmit information to other nerve cells, gland cells, or muscles. It has three basic parts: the cell body, which includes the nucleus, cytoplasm, and cell organelles; dendrites. These branch off from the cell body and act as a neuron's point of contact for receiving chemical and electrical signals from other neurons; and the axon. The axon sends impulses and extends from the cell bodies to deliver impulses to other nerve cells.
When we are faced with a choice, a single neuron cannot decide that choice for us because by itself it has no meaningful influence over what we choose to do or think. However, when a neuron groups with mutually excited neurons, their network intensifies their actions. The network in your brain can signify your "I'm really cozy here" choice. The neurons in this network don't necessarily need to be next to each other, but can span across different regions involved in smell, taste, vision, and memories involving being cozy. The same applies to your "my grades will go down" choice. Why is this? When making decisions, our neurons recall memories which have been previously encoded and stored in the brain. During recall, the brain replays a pattern of neural activity that was originally generated in response to a particular event. So when we are deciding between being cozy and keeping our grades up, our neurons look back on our memories and decide over which one will be most rewarding.
How do neurons talk to one another in order to form networks? Neurons signal each other via action potentials. An action potential occurs when a neuron sends information down an axon away from the cell body. Neurons never touch each other, so when a nerve impulse reaches the end of one neuron, a neurotransmitter chemical is released to the synapse.
When this happens, another cell will either become excited by it or depressed by it. If it's excited by it, then it will join its network and slowly begin intensifying its action until a choice has been made. Remember back to when you were sitting on your couch watching your favorite TV show, and it was time for you to make a decision on what to do next. Although it may not seem like much on the surface, the neurons in your brain are going over each memory you have of either choice and constantly signal each other via action potentials from across your brain to form networks. These networks then intensify their actions or suppress them until a choice has been made.
Thank you for watching The Science of Decision Making. I'm Erica Robinson, and I hope you enjoyed this video.